In the heartwarming finale, Chief Kim finally ties up every loose end before making his long-awaited return to his daughter, Kim Min-ji, bringing the story to an emotional close while also leaving an ending that suggests the story may continue. In this episode, Chief Kim and Eun end up cornered with no obvious way out as their enemies close in from every direction. Just when it seems like they have run out of options, Sang-ah arrives at the perfect moment, creating an opening that allows the two of them to escape the deadly situation and make it to safety. Not long after, Chief Kim comes face to face with Gang Seung, whose only concern is learning what really happened to his brother. Carrying the weight of guilt, Chief Kim admits that despite everything he tried, he was ultimately unable to save him. The painful confession only fuels Gang Seung's anger, leading him to question why Chief Kim continues to risk everything to protect Eun instead of focusing on revenge. Rather than responding with hostility, Chief Kim patiently tries to reach him. He explains that some people are simply too important to abandon, and that protecting someone precious can be far more meaningful than defeating an enemy. His heartfelt words gradually break through Gang Seung's rage, and the tense confrontation begins to shift. By the time Chief Kim assures him that another opportunity will come in the future to settle everything, Gang Seung's resolve starts to waver. Choosing to trust those words, he slowly lowers his gun, bringing the emotional standoff to a peaceful end. Meanwhile, Han-soo and Jin-chul are left horrified after discovering that Gang Chan has kidnapped both of their children. Desperate to find them before it is too late, Chief Kim and Sang-ah attempt to make contact, only to receive a chilling warning in return. Gang Chan makes it clear that the children's lives are hanging by a thread, threatening to kill them unless Chief Kim comes to face him alone. Knowing there is no time to waste, Chief Kim sends Sang-ah and the injured Eun to the hospital while he heads straight to the meeting point by himself. There, Gang Chan greets him with the frightened children at his side, using them as bargaining chips to force Chief Kim into a corner. The tense confrontation soon erupts into an emotional showdown as the three brothers come face to face, with years of pain, betrayal, and resentment finally boiling over. Tears, anger, and regret collide as the brothers struggle both physically and emotionally. In the middle of the fierce fight, Chief Kim spots the smallest opening and catches Gang Chan completely off guard with a sudden strike. The unexpected blow shifts the momentum, allowing everyone to work together and finally bring Gang Chan down. As the dust settles, representatives from both North and South Korea gather to review everything that unfolded during the previous night's operation. To quietly close the case, the North Korean delegate officially reports that both Chief Kim and Eun died during the incident, effectively erasing them from the record. Taking advantage of the opportunity, Chief Kim asks for Juhak Construction to be demolished, believing the organization should disappear because of everything it is connected to, especially the tragedy involving his daughter. Once his final affairs are in order, he carefully erases every remaining trace of his own existence, while across the border, Agent 66 is also officially declared dead. After recovering in the hospital, Eun chooses to seek asylum in Macau and hands over every piece of intelligence he possesses. However, his story takes another unexpected turn later that night. Moments after his questioning is finished, a doctor quietly appears, only for it to be revealed that the man behind the disguise is actually Chief Kim. Without attracting attention, he secretly takes Eun away and delivers him directly to Gang Seung, fulfilling the promise he made earlier that there would be another opportunity. Standing face to face with the man responsible for so much suffering, Gang Seung decides that a quick death would be far too easy. Rather than ending everything in a single moment, he chooses to make Eun live with the consequences. Before parting ways, he tells Chief Kim to survive and spend whatever time he has left with his daughter, adding that he intends to keep surviving as well. Remembering his final conversation with Park Young-kwang, Chief Kim quietly returns the sentiment, urging Gang Seung to survive too. The heartfelt exchange brings the brothers' painful journey to a bittersweet close, ending their long conflict with hope for a different future instead of more bloodshed. Meanwhile, the military showed little concern over Eun disappearance, explaining that they had already extracted every piece of intelligence they needed and believed his abduction ultimately worked to their advantage. At the same time, Juhak Construction crumbled as its long-hidden corruption and illegal dealings were finally exposed. Gang Chan's downfall continued when he was attacked by Golden Teeth while being transported into custody, while Haeri, who had been hiding in Cambodia, was ultimately forced to face the consequences of her crimes. Elsewhere, Minji made a quiet visit to the columbarium. Standing before the resting place, she reflected on everything they had endured, and the weight of those memories became too much to bear. Unable to hold back her emotions any longer, she broke down in tears as she paid her respects, believing she had truly lost everyone she loved. In that emotional moment, someone quietly approached from behind. When Minji turned around, she was stunned to see Chief Kim standing there alive. After everything that had happened, he had finally returned to her. Gently reassuring his daughter, he told her that he was finally home and promised that he would never leave her side again. The words were all Minji needed to hear. Overwhelmed with relief and happiness, she rushed into his arms, and the two shared a long, heartfelt embrace as they were finally reunited after so much pain and uncertainty. With the past finally behind them, Chief Kim asked his daughter if she was ready to leave everything behind and begin a completely new life somewhere else. Without any hesitation, Minji smiled and eagerly agreed, saying she was ready to move on from the hardships they had endured and embrace a future filled with hope instead of fear. To make that fresh start possible, she was given a new identity under the name Kim Ji-min, while Chief Kim also received a new set of documents, allowing both father and daughter to leave their old lives behind and step into the next chapter together, with a chance at the peaceful future they had always longed for. With the help of the Special Missions Bureau, Chief Kim was finally able to step into a new life and leave the shadows of his old one behind. Before moving ahead, he shared one last deeply personal truth with Mr. Eam, revealing his real name for the very first time as a quiet sign of trust and closure. It was a small moment on the surface, but it carried the weight of everything he had been through and the life he was choosing to reclaim. As things slowly settled and everyday life began to feel normal again, Chief Kim, Hansu, and Jinchul each marked the change in their own understated way by putting on new pairs of glasses. The gesture worked like a symbolic reset, hinting that they were all entering a different chapter, one shaped less by chaos and danger and more by the chance to live on their own terms. The finale then closed on one last intriguing note, with Chief Kim meeting Lee Dugyu, the head of the Baekho Manpower Agency, and once again showing just how extraordinary his skills really were. The encounter made it clear that even though one major chapter had ended, his story was still alive and moving forward. Rather than feeling like a full stop, the ending carried the sense of a fresh start, quietly leaving the door open for a possible season 2. It was the kind of ending that lingered, teasing that Chief Kim's next move was only a matter of time.